What's up, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not a member, and also be sure to hit the notifications so that you're able to get each and every one of my videos and all of my content. Now, Coach Tom Thibodeau has basically came out and not even cut any corners or not even sugarcoat anything and basically said he wants Julius Randle to be more aggressive and more importantly to be a leader. Okay. Now we know that Julius Randle, man, has not had a great season, and to me it all started with him in the playoffs last season. Okay, I'm gonna just be real with you. He had a meltdown. Okay, Julius Randle had a meltdown. You know, before I go any further, let me tell you something about Julius Randle. If you don't already know, I've seen Julius Randle play while he was in high school. Okay, I saw him. It was it was at some league that they were doing or whatnot, and he was playing in it, and you already knew that he was gonna go to the league, and more importantly, a lot of people have this perception, or they had this perception of him that all he did was go left and all that other stuff. No, that's not true. Or all he was a Zach Randolph and all that other stuff. That's far from the truth because Zach Randolph wasn't doing the shit that Julius Randle was. I'm talking about from a versatility standpoint, and more so from an agility standpoint. He was handling the rock when he was younger. He was going into the basket. He was shooting too. A lot of people think like at the NBA level he probably wasn't shooting like how you wanted him to and all this other stuff. And then or when he was at Kentucky, but he was always doing that. He was real agile, but he was big too. He was big too. But at the same token, he was agile and he was quick. He was a lot quicker than what people give him credit for. Fast forward now. Let's fast forward now, right? You know, last year during the regular season, Julius Randle looked like an MVP candidate. Uh, you know, he's been, he was doing his thing, uh, throughout the season or whatever, and then when it came to the playoffs, he just did not perform well. Now, I can understand what Tom Thibodeau is saying. You know, and to me, it's not Julius Randle. I think the emergence of R.J. Barrett, the emergence of R.J. Barrett has kind of surpassed. He's outplayed Julius Randle this season. Whether you want to believe it or not, even though the Knicks collectively as a whole, they hold on one second. Even though the Knicks collectively as a whole, they have not played that well, but he's outplayed them. Now, Julius Randle is shooting a horrible 42.4%. You know what I'm saying? And just to put it in perspective, he hasn't shot that low since his second year in the league, and he shot 42.9. Other than that, Julius Randle has been along lines of anywhere from about the low 50s At one point, he was in the high 50s in 2017, and then he caught his field goal percentage. It kind of dropped in 2019. And then last year, he actually shot 45.6, but of course, he was taking a lot more shots or whatever. You know, um, but this year he's had atrocious games, atrocious. Uh, you know, 3 of 14, 5 of 12, 6 of 18, 4 of 9, 2 of 9, and these are coming against some of these poor shooting performances are coming against the elite teams. You know, uh, whether you want to believe it or not, Milwaukee was elite, or they're the champs. He shot 2 of 9. You know, uh, against Atlanta, 3 of 14 in it. Atlanta's still somewhat of a threat. I don't want people to look like Atlanta is like just some sleepovers, or there's some pushovers or something, or they're supposed to be slept on. Not at all. Atlanta, you can sneak up on you, you know, and he's shooting horrible against, of course, the mediocre team. Some people might call him playing against Golden State. He shot 10 of 21, but to me, that's still horrible. To me, it is when Julius Randle in at the early part of his career, he actually would take higher percentage shots. But I think the thing about it is that he's starting to realize he has a lot more responsibility now. When they decorate you as a franchise player, or as a star, or as a superstar, or as that number one guy, man, you're gonna have to be consistent. That's what comes with it. Scrutiny, criticism, some of it constructive, some of it not. And Julius Randle is starting to kind of fold a little bit. He's starting to fold a little bit. Now, in the case of RJ Barrett, we know that his percentages are down a little bit. But like just before he started to get his little rhythm and everything, then he got hit, and he's been out a couple games. But the stats for RJ Barrett aren't going to jump out at you so much. You know what I'm saying? You might look at it and you be like, well, uh, RJ Barrett he's shooting less than Julius Randle, and he's scoring less. He's at 15.1 and 40.2. I'm talking about in terms of, okay, you're supposed to be better than RJ Barrett. You're supposed to have more of the veteran like experience, when RJ Barrett is still learning in his third year. He's getting ready to go into his fourth season next season. So, but the thing about Julius Randle, he's supposed to know better. He's supposed to be that leader and everything. But RJ Barrett has been there in the case of his defense, even though all of their defense has been suspect. But they tried to sit there and they tried to say it was Kimba, which he had somewhat to do with it from an analytical standpoint. But then now you can't really make any excuses because Kimba hasn't been playing. So now what is the problem lie? Now what is where does the problem lie? That's what we have to ask ourselves. Is Julius Randle starting to fold? Now, here's the thing: the New York Knicks are are a shell of what they were last season. You know, they've lost their identity. They have no momentum. You know, they don't. Yeah, they're acting like they wanna just go lower and lower when it comes to the Eastern Conference. Now they're sitting where the Pacers and the Magic and the Pistons are. You know what I'm saying? When you thought that the New York Knicks were gonna come out capitalizing on what they did last season. Now look, let's put this into context. Let's talk about pre pre boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? With everything that's been going on and the outbreak and stuff like that. Look, we got to be fair to everybody. But I'm saying pre before everything started to get out of hand. They still were not playing that good. And it's really no excuses. And check this out too. Even though I don't want to hear any excuses about, oh yeah, well, you know, this person's been gone, that person's been gone. Well, check this out. Giannis didn't have any Giannis didn't have any excuses. And guess what happened? As soon as he was at full strength, Milwaukee rose again. You said salute to you, Scrub Zero. You said the Knicks are turning back into the Knicks. It's like I wanna disagree with you so bad, Scrub Zero, but you're right, man. You're right. And it has to do with the players. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to move some people. They've tried to move Kimball Walker, but nobody's showing any interest in him. Nobody's showing any interest in Kimball Walker because essentially what you have, maybe he's not like AD always on the floor, you know, crying, about an injury and all this other stuff or could barely stand, but he has an injury history too. Yeah, I know, but you know what though? Nobody expected this to happen though, Scrub Zero. Nobody expected this. I was expecting I was expecting them to capitalize on what they did last season. That's what I was expecting. I'll drop the link for you too. I was expecting them to actually turn the corner, actually benefit off of what they did last year. Okay, yeah, you made the playoff. Hey, that's showing prominence. But you don't want to go back. You don't want to be like the who's a perfect example? Like the Jacksonville Jaguars or something like that. You were showing some sort of light. You were about to turn the corner, and then next thing you know, guess what happens? Then you back to square one to being mediocre again. You understand what I'm saying? So I just Julius Randle, while we're putting everything on him, okay, yes, I can understand that he's the best player. I'm gonna let you go in just a second, Scrub Zero. I can understand that he's the leader. He was the MVP candidate last season. He made a lot of noise and everything, but then after that meltdown, you know what I'm saying? I was expecting him to bounce the fuck back. I was expecting him to bounce back, and he just hasn't done that. He has to be a leader. Tom Thibodeau is right. Even if you're not playing right, Scrub Zero, at least okay, you could be fucking like he was 5 of 16 or something like that, right? Or 2 of 12 or some shit. But I would rather you be diving on the floor or at least crashing for rebounds. showing effort. You know what? I missed that shot. You know what? Still clapping, still amped up. He's not doing none of that. Like, yeah, I'm old. I'm old. I'm old 20, Scrub Zero. But you know what? Man, we still gonna win out in this.
I know. Trust me, I'd be the same
You
way.
know what
Like,
I'm saying? You
listen,
got your tooth. It's like you get your teeth knocked out or something like that. Look, I got my teeth knocked out, but look, I'm still smiling, motherfucker. Go ahead, Scrub. You got it, man.
man, these Knicks. You see, I was like, all right, Knicks could build on something, but I'm like, but something told me like, don't invest too much in these guys because I've seen this way too many times. They've done it before. They will most likely do it again. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, but true to form, here we are once more. Some the moves they and once again it goes back. It starts with the offseason moves like listen. I like Kemba Walker, but I wasn't a move. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't in love with it. I didn't. None of the moves the Knicks made really stood out and said, "All right, no, they became a better team with this move and that move." And when you can say that in the offseason, that usually doesn't bode well for when the games actually start up. And Knicks being the Knicks, it's gone right back to it's looking like they're back to where they were before. Now Julius Randle got to play better. He got to do something different because he like you said he's not
What do
hustling.
you think it is, Scrub? Like, what do you think it is? Why you think he's had such an off year, man?
I don't. I really don't know. I don't know if that playoff performance is still how poorly he plays still in his head. He's putting more pressure on himself. I don't know if he. I haven't heard anything about him being hurt, so I don't think it's that. But I don't know if he actually is, and he had an injury. I don't. I don't know if it. Man, I could go on and keep speculating, but bottom line is he hasn't been the guy they needed as tangibly or intangibly, and that is not. And as favorable or unfavorable as it is, he's their best player. At least he's supposed to be their best player, and he hasn't played. He hasn't lived up to that. Yes.
Right, because check it. Scrub Zero. Look, like the thing that I pinpointed, and I wanted people to understand because I like to put it. I like to put it with the numbers sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just so people will gain some understanding and stuff. But see, at one point in his career, when he was at an all time high in terms of his field goal percentage, he shot 55 55.8% from field goal. And then when he was with the Pelicans, he was at 52.4%. You know what I'm saying? With LA, one year he was at 48, and then in 2019 he was at 46, and then last year he was at 45. This year he's at 42.4, and it's like, okay, you just dropped off. You dropped off, man, and it's like you're not taking high percentage shots because when I see stuff like, okay, 3 of 14, okay, you're shooting 14 shots. You know what I'm saying? And they're not efficient. You're not shooting any high percentage shots. But okay, yeah, you got the 11 rebounds. You're grabbing the rebounds, and then you'll bounce back a couple nights later. Okay, then against a great team like Chicago at the time. Okay, yeah, then you shot 14 to 21. So it to me, it's been a roller coaster ride. And something, when it comes to that sort of thing, Scrub Zero, I look at it like this. And I don't want to put the energy out here, but Scrub, I think you know where I'm going with this. It's got to do with three things. It's got to either do with, like you said earlier, the playoffs eating alive at him or something like that, that curse or whatever, something going on in the locker room, or he's hiding something, hiding an injury, like he's playing hurt or something. Those are the three things that come to my mind.
Yeah. Uh, something's it's mental at this point because, like you said, with the shot selection, not alone you can. If you're taking good shots, all right, you'll have some that won't fall. You're gonna have nights where it doesn't fall. It happens. But if you're taking good shots, if you're playing within the offense, it's gonna balance itself out. Now, quite honestly, this team has no one else has really stepped up either, and which is another problem. I mean, when your highest score is doesn't even have 20 points per game, and the next guy is at 15, that's not good. This is, you can say what we want, but right now the New York Knicks are just not a good basketball team. I don't know how. I don't know what they can do to get themselves out of it as far as what they currently have, outside of just maybe shot selection, but the mentality. I don't know where they go from here. They breaking my well, no, let me not say that. I was gonna say they're breaking my heart, except they're not because
Nah, go
I
ahead, go ahead and say it, man.
no, I would, but I'm so numb to it at this point that my heart can't be broken anymore by this. I expect stuff like this to happen with the Knicks. I'm like, they should be in the mix again, but once again here we are, and unless they make a trade, I'm not even saying they need a superstar, but unless they get players that mesh better with what Coach Thibs is running, this is not going to work. Because the two guys they got, the two high profile guys they got, Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. Well, both of them don't play no dang on defense. One of them already got benched.
Well, you see the thing with that, Scrub Zero, like some people thought I was crazy when no. You were on when I reported Evan Fournier, and I said that this is a damn good move, Evan Fournier, because that was one of the ones that I had talked about. Evan Fournier going from Boston to New York. I said what you're getting is a I I didn't say this, but Evan Fournier reminds me of a more skillful Nicholas Batum, if that makes any sense. Because you remember Nicholas Batum would be all over the place, you know what I'm saying? But at the same token, he was still valuable, and plus he was leading the league in plus and minuses in the plus factor, which means that he benefits your team.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And so one of those Swiss Army knives, you know what I'm saying? But he was more skillful. And then, his his value further surged when he played, with France and everything. And you're like, wow, this guy, him, and a combination of Rudy Gobert, these guys took down the USA team. So that was pretty huge. They were like, wow, we didn't know this guy had, but I had been watching Evan Fournier and guys like Peyton Pritchard and all of those guys. Hey, go ahead and keep on cooking, Scrub. I gotta change my son. Hold on.
Copy. With Evan Fournier, like he had the performance in with France, but and I've seen some of his games, and he's had good games, and then but more times than not, he's been where you need him, nowhere to be found. He'll have some decent games, then he'll have a big game, and then he'll go right back to being a bum. That's how I feel about Evan Fournier. And true to form, he because he doesn't give you anything defensively. At least I haven't seen him give the Knicks anything defensively. So I'm like, all right, what? I didn't love the move. I wouldn't have made it personally. They did. I'm like, all right, this is my team. Let's see what happens. But I was never in favor of Evan Fournier. Kemba Walker, I thought would have worked out better, but it, it looks like he's on the downtrend of his career. He can't. He's not giving you the offense you need, and we know, and we see. You see the numbers. You see the games. He is a complete liability defensively. So, I, which isn't good. They need better guards. From what I've seen, they need better guards. I like Alec Burks, but I prefer him as a guy coming off the bench, not starting. I think he's better. He's better suited as like a sixth or seventh guy coming, seventh man, as opposed to being one of your starters. And RJ Barrett, he's inconsistent. Well, I mean that's the whole story of this team. But RJ Barrett is now in his third year. He's shooting 40% from the floor, and he's only averaging 15 points. That's not good enough if you're trying to make a play. If you're trying to make a playoffs and establish yourself as a team that can make something happen in the playoffs. So I don't know where to go. I've been hearing the trade talk with Mitchell Robinson, and he's had his issues with the injuries and whatnot. But I really don't know where these guys go. I'm so tired of these Knicks. They look good for a moment. You're like, all right, here we go. We got something working. You have confidence in them, and then just almost like a ticking time bomb, right on schedule. They go right back to being the New York Knicks, which is a team that can't get out of their own way. They make mistakes at the worst times. They don't make key plays when they need to win games. And I don't know what's their stats as far as how many threes they've taken, because something tells me that that number is probably going to scream, this is not what you need to be doing. I need team stats as far as the 3-pointers attempted. Knicks being the dang on Knicks. I mean, the percentage is good, but as far as the ranking, but I don't know if I like them shooting all these dang on threes. Actually, I do know I don't like them shooting all these threes. But this is where the league is going, and I hate it. I hate that the league has gone to a three. It's transitioning to a primarily 3-point shooting game, outside in. It's very frustrating to watch. But then the Knicks are a very frustrating team, and I would not recommend anyone getting behind them. And if you ain't a New York fan already, don't. I would not recommend anyone commit to getting behind this team now. It's uh and they play Boston tonight. That's wonderful. That's make it stop, please. I have to see these. Sorry. That's how I feel about these Knicks. They're time and time again, they will let you down. Obi Toppin needs to be starting though. I think they got to find a way to let Obi Toppin crack that, to get him into the lineup and let him get the minutes, because through 26 games, what you've been doing ain't work. He's played 26 games. What they've had going on hasn't worked out. I say let the kid start. See what happens. Y'all losing games. It can't be any worse. can't be any worse than what it is. But man, now I'm all sad with these dang on Knicks. I'm just filled with the sense of disappointment. Uh, who, what's their upcoming games? Uh, what are their upcoming games? Uh, Come on.
Sorry about that, man.
No, you
Sorry
good.
about that, fam. But you know, they got to do something. I can't say it's the front office though, Scrub Zero either. I you used to be able to think that, but we can't blame it on the front office because as much as people want to, we're getting on Dolan and stuff like that. Dolan kind of won a lot of people over, even though people are still kind of salty about some of the stuff that he's done. Bringing in Tom Thibodeau was a huge, huge move, man.
I no, that was a good move. It was a necessary move. I was amazed when he initially when he brought it on here like it didn't give the feel of it felt like more the same now, but Thibodeau got the team turned around and it felt good. Now where I will say that I would hold some accountability in the front office is as far as isn't so much him but the offseason moves that they made. This team right now is this is not a good team. This is not a team that looks like they're gonna do anything. But uh, maybe there's a trade hanging out there that they can make before the deadline. Maybe they
Yeah,
can
they've
get up.
already
Go ahead.
they've sorry, man. They already talked. They've already been talking about it, man, and they've actually put Evan Fournier's name out there. But Evan Fournier, he's tradable. You know what I'm saying? From my understanding, and Kimber Walker though, nobody's showing interest in Kimber Walker.
Makes sense. With how he's been playing and like no one's willing to really give up anything for him at this point. I don't
And you
find.
know what? And check this. I take this a step further too, Scrub Zero. At first, it was like, oh, you know what? Kimber's the problem. Kimber's the problem. Well, hey, guess what? Yeah, you took him off the floor, assuming that okay, because your defensive efficiency was at 116 when he was on the floor, but then it went down to a 99, 98 or something like that, right? Then you're like, okay, yeah, Kimber's the problem. Well, guess what? You still are losing games. Now I know RJ Barrett, a couple people, been out and all that other stuff. But we got to be fair to that. But even before that, you know what I'm saying, the Knicks were still struggling.
That's just it. Look, that's just it. Kemba Walker wasn't the problem. He like was his defense a problem? Yes, but he wasn't the problem. There's not like one thing you could point to that is the problem, but it's when you look at everything that has gone on with them, it's like it's just too many. It's all right. Now you got to figure out which is the problem that's causing which problem or which problems can we address will that can get this turned around somewhat. But it's too much to fix to just say, all right, we deal with this one thing and we're all good. Nah, you got to do a lot. You got to do a few
Okay,
things differently.
uh, okay. Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I think that okay, like look at this. Obi Toppin is actually starting to play more. He's starting to get more minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking they're like, okay, you know what? Let's let's go ahead and develop. Let's start developing this kid, and let's get rid of some of these guys in here because you know, I think they're trying to look into the future. And you say what you want to say too, Scrub Zero. I'm gonna put to you like this too, man. You know, Julius Randle, man. You know, while he's good talent wise and everything like that, he still got to get better as a leader. Like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, like for instance, Kyle Lowry. He ain't the most skilled guy, you know, in the world, you know, or he's skilled as a point guard and everything, but he ain't like no Chris Paul or none of that like that. But one can argue his leadership value is up there with a Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the leader of that team when they won that finals with Kawhi. Not Kawhi. He wasn't a vocal leader. It was Kyle Lowry. So sometimes, man, your impact can come vocally. That's just what I was just telling you just a little while ago. You know, clapping your hands. You know what I'm saying? Being motivated, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you could be like a Jared Dudley. I ain't, you know, Jared Dudley or Chili. You know, I'm not saying, you know, I ain't calling Julius Randle no Jared Dudley, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But you can't play a lick. But you just motivate motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? You could be like that, you know. So I just look at it like that, man. You know, and as a leader, man, it doesn't mean you have to be the best and the most skillful guy.
But now here's the question, because it doesn't seem like Julius Randle really is. At least this season, he hasn't been that guy. But who do the Knicks have on that team that would even qualify as that kind of leader?
I'm gonna be real with you. You gonna laugh at me when I say this. R.J. Barrett.
Really?
R.J. Barrett, and let me tell you why. R.J. Barrett has been in this type of situation before. Him and Cam Reddish, when they were at Duke, guess what? They had to rely on each other. You know why? Because Zion was hurt, and they had to go through the flame all by themselves. R.J. Barrett be getting hype, right? You a Knicks fan? You seen R.J. Barrett?
Yeah, that's
R.J. Barrett got that. Oh,
yeah, that's
you
very
know,
true.
R.J. Barrett, he been shooting horrible, but guess what? You know what? He'll go back and he'll shoot again, and he shot
Mm-hmm.
perfect from the field one night. Remember? I think
Yeah.
he shot what, like 12 threes, or something like that. It's like he got that. You know, look, I missed like fucking 8 shots, but you know what? I'm still going. You know,
Yeah, listen, listen.
I ain't trying to sound like no nigga. I ain't
No,
trying to. Hey, Scrubs, I ain't trying to sound like no damn porn star, or nothing like that, or nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that, like you know, man, like an edge, as they say. Go ahead, my bad,
no,
bro.
no. That's what I was getting at. Like he has that. There's just that extra the fire to him. He like, all right, I could be playing bad, but I'm still going to come with this energy. I
Yeah.
like if I'm playing good, I'm playing bad. It's the same thing.
You know, but a lot of people don't understand that logic. What's up with it, Be More Legend? I see you in the building. You said Randall ain't a leader. He another Zach Randolph. Salute Paul in chat. Now I ain't gonna go that far. Uh, listen, Zach. That's what I was saying. He's from here. Be More Legends, and I've seen him play Scrub Zero in high school. This dude used to shut down gyms. Shut down gyms, man. I think people forget. Man, Julius Randle's like 6'9", man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people forget that, and he moves more agile. He's way more agile than Zach Randolph will ever be. Now I understand what you're saying. You probably think that maybe he's on the same leadership level as a Zach Randolph, but he can be vocal. That what's his name? Julius Randle can be vocal when he wants to. It's just like he's choosing not to. And I just think that there's something going on in that locker room, Scrub Zero.
Something's going on. Like this team, it don't like that. It's nothing that's you could really see, just looking at them play. But you get the sense something's up.
Right.
Trade Julius Randle quickly and Fournier for I do not want Zion. All right, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Zion's any better than Julius Randle,
No, no, no,
and
no,
I'm not
no.
giving up
Yeah,
quickly.
no, yeah. No. Let me answer his question. Julius Randle's been in the league 7 years. Be more. Because he got drafted in 2014. But no, hell no, you're not going to want Zion. Not at the rate that Zion's going, because Zion up in there skipping rehab and falling asleep in film session.
Man, yeah,
The
he can
report
stay
just
with it.
came out yesterday. He up in there falling asleep and shit. Probably ate a rib sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he ate a rib sandwich with some fries. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker up in there, man, hoisted down. What they got up there? Scrub deal, Southern fried chicken. He probably, he probably ate so good. What's up with it, Omaha Kings? I see you in the building. You said trade. Okay, I think this for you, Scrub deal. You
Yeah,
said trade
I'm not
Julius
trading him.
Randle.
I ain't trading him for
Uh,
nothing. Take Zion while the stock is low. Listen,
oh no.
if Zion ain't gonna
Oh
be
no,
about
Scrub Zero, we got a hard core to the floor. So you wanna be hardcore? C4 to your door, no beef, no more, nigga. What they say, Wilts, feel the lust, scan the lust. The
Yeah,
more weed
yeah,
smoke I puff, the more dangerous. I don't
yeah,
give a
man.
fuck about you or your weak crew. What you
See,
gonna do when Big Papa come for
come
you?
for you.
Nigga, what y'all think, nigga? Y'all niggas don't know we ain't Scrub Zero in the South, nigga. We fuck with Biggie, man.
Yeah,
That
man.
boy
You
Will
already know,
Strong.
man. Yeah,
Will
man.
Strong
Yeah,
in the
what's up? What's
building.
good?
New York
Yeah,
Knicks fan. I'm talking about
yeah,
y'all
what's
asses.
going on?
Hey, I'm gonna leave this shit alone, man. Y'all set this motherfucking panel on fire. We got two hardcore Knicks fans, not just because one player on
Oh,
the
man.
goddamn team either.
Oh, man. Man, this shit crazy, man.
What you got on it? What you got on it, Wilts? And hey, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to the boy, the Will Strong show, one of the LDBC
Yeah,
brothers. Go ahead, Will.
yeah, man. Good looks, man. Nah, I'm just, yo, we just gotta do better. I don't know what the fuck going on, man. Coach Tibbs gotta chill, man. Coach Tibbs gotta stop with the fucked up rotations, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta play the young people more, man. That's what they gotta do.
Well, yeah. So
I understand.
you don't think that Julius Randle and Coach Tibbs ain't getting along? You think that's what it is? You think they button heads?
I don't know, man. I don't think it's really Julius Randle. I think it's like others um like RJ Barrett. I don't know what's up with RJ Barrett, but I know he's sick right now, I think.
But no. Hold on. But check this out though. That's what I was just telling Scrub though. Wilts. I actually think that R.J. Barrett and guys like Evan Fournier are being more of leaders than what Randall is. Look, like I was saying, they could be playing like trash, but at least them niggas is out there trying. But man, Wilkes, they ain't got no goddamn identity. Remember, we was on Ticket's channel one night, and they was trying to sit up there and say that, oh, the New York Knicks ain't this and they ain't that, but they was ranked number 1 in defense.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's so crazy. Like, they was still was hating on us the whole time, man. They couldn't wait for us to fall, man. Crazy.
man, Nick. I was afraid something like this would end up happening. I was afraid something like this would end up happening. And right now, it's so early, so they can get it fixed. But man,
Not because I'm Julius. Man. That's what I'm saying. Julius Randle, you gotta stop letting shit get to his head, man. That's his problem, man.
Man, that's facts.
He gotta
That's facts.
damn.
yeah,
But
he need to
but
get it out
see,
some way.
Yeah.
hey, check this though, Wilts and Scrub Zero. I think I already told Scrub Zero this. When he was down here, cause he from here. That motherfucker didn't play like that, nigga. When Julius Randle was up in that motherfucker, man, that motherfucker, man, you knew that nigga was up in here, and his game was smooth,
Yeah.
nigga. Like his game was smooth. Like you see like a big nigga like that, right? You think, oh, that nigga's a country ass nigga. That nigga just gonna sit up. Nah, that nigga's agile than a motherfucker. Step out, step back, cross up, come through the rack. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna run you over. bulldoze you. Nah, he was finesse.
Man.
Yeah, I think they need to get back to playing ugly. Like,
Something else right quick, man. What another thing Julius Randle got to do, man, do something to that damn Kuta Kinte nappy ass hair, man. Do something, man. Do something to your hair, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or to get braids or something, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
get braids, cut it out. Just do
I'm tired
something.
of seeing that. I'm tired of seeing that root shit, man. I'm tired of seeing roots over there, man.
That nigga Will say you got to do something with that head, man, before you even
Yeah,
talk
man.
about your skill.
Tell you truth,
Nah,
man. I tell you truth, man. I think that's part of the reason why we losing, man. You got you got to do something to that head, man.
that nigga Will's about to call one of his females and get a hot comb to that motherfucker. Like that.
Yeah, do something to that shit.
Hey, look, hey, Theo 3, you said Tibbs needs to play Grimes and Jericho Sims and other rookie guards with Toppin and quickly off the bench. Showtime in the Garden. Hey, now Wilts and Scrub Zero. Now I already said, you. For those of y'all that don't know, Wilts and shout out to Will too. They had to enlighten. Y'all remember that? You remember that, Wills? They had to enlighten me on Obi Toppin. Cause I didn't
Yeah,
know who the
man.
fuck that nigga was. And they were like, nigga, what the fuck wrong with you, Polo? That nigga played for Dayton. That nigga nice. I looked
Yeah,
at that nigga, Obi Toppin. I was like, oh shit, them niggas is right.
yeah, I
That
had a
nigga
feeling
Obi
I had a
Toppin
feeling
has
about
been
him, man.
emerging.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, tell you the truth, man. He's supposed to be the next Amari Stoudemire, man. Like he really got the potential to be the next Amari Stoudemire.
Yep, you said that.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Cause
Man.
that nigga was telling me about. He was telling me about him. Who else was you telling me about too, Wilts? You and Will.
quickly, of course,
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah. Quick. I kind of already knew about quickly because I know about Maxi and quickly because you know Maxi from
Yeah,
here too. But
yeah.
yeah,
Come on,
you
TJ
was always
Maxx.
telling me about quickly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Derrick Rose. When Derrick Rose came there, I already knew it, man. I knew it when Derrick Rose came back to the Knicks.
So you think they need Scrub and Wilts? You think they need a shake up?
Yo, they got to figure out what that situation with Kemba Walker, man. They got to
Yeah.
fix. They
Don't
got to
nobody
straighten that
want
shit
him.
out, man. They got to
Don't
do
nobody
something with
want
that, man.
him.
Well, they got to
Tim's got
figure
to do
out
something,
something.
man. Yeah, they got to do something with that situation, man. That shit
No,
crazy.
nobody's interested in him unless Theo 3 or Be More Legends or anybody heard anything. I've heard that they don't. The report said that nobody's interested in or showing interest in him.
Damn, that's sad, man. So, see, some of the Houston Rockets won't even want to take this thing.
Man, you think Houston gonna take
Oh
him?
Yeah, man, the Houston Rockets, man.
yeah, what for John Wall? Nigga?
Now, but John Wall don't want to play with them. You don't want to play with them.
Nah, you don't. He's sitting on the bed. Oh no! I know what. Hey, nah, I ain't even gonna say that. Wills.
Oh yeah, man.
Ben Simmons.
Oh,
Nah.
come on,
Simmons can
man. Come on, man. Don't do this, man. Don't do this.
Simmons can stay his ass in Philly.
This nigga said Ben Simmons, man. Nah, man.
Don't do us like that.
Yo. This is the same tall dude from nigga, man. That was scared to dunk on Speedy Gonzalez, man. He was right there. All he had to do was dunk on that little ass motherfucker, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you
That's
want to take
crazy,
him
man.
out of Philly and put him in New York, and then
That's
he's
crazy,
having
man.
and he gets man.
That's crazy.
Simmons
Yeah,
will
get that
actually
nigga,
quit on
man.
basketball
Yeah, forget
altogether.
that nigga. That will never be with him, man.
That nigga Will's got allergic to that motherfucker. He's like, no, give me a blunt, nigga. Give me
Nah,
that.
man.
Nah, fuck that shit. Let
Yo,
me calm my
Nah,
nerves,
man.
nigga. Shit.
after he has a performance like that, he gonna wish he retired. He don't want
Yeah,
to retire.
man.
Yeah, you better
Shit,
go back to
nigga. You.
Australia. You better go back with the Augies, man. The
They don't
kangaroos and
want
shit,
him.
nigga.
Man, dog.
Man. Yeah, it's sad for him, man. It's
All
sad
these
for him.
fucking.
Sad for him.
Yeah. I mean, look, Ben Simmons could be so. He could be a hell of a great motherfucker if he just had the mental, man. But that
That's
dude
it.
ain't got the mental, man. That motherfucker, he's scared to shoot. He worried about Instagram hoes or Instagram thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he could be so great, but talent wise and naturally gifted, man. Ben Simmons is he could get to the rack and everything. It's just like when he get to the rack, like he made that stupid ass decision, like Chris Middleton did. Oh no, playing hot potato at the rim, nigga, just go in and dunk that
Yeah,
motherfucker, nigga.
But because he can't shoot free throws.
Yeah,
You see what
terrified of the line.
yeah,
you
I
see what
saw.
happens when guys are terrified of the line. They hand over that ball.
Yeah, he's just like Jay Reed, Omar Epps, man. He the main one, man.
Yeah.
The main one scared of free throw, man.
Hmm. But that's what they said. They want him to become a more of a leader. I think a good, you know, who I think would be a good fit for y'all too. Because I think a guy like maybe like a Marvin Bagley, shoot, even fucking Sabonis. Man, Sabonis play like more of a nigga than some of these niggas do.
No, I tell you right
Sabonis
now,
ain't no white boy. That motherfucker play like a nigga.
that's what I'm saying, man. If we had somebody like Sabonis, and I call him Sabonis Jr., man. You got Sabonis Jr. on the team, man.
It'd be some bonus.
Yeah.
Yo, mate, yeah, man. Because it's like him and Miles Turner. I don't mind which one, man. Even when you had Miles Turner, I wouldn't mind that. You shooting all those threes, and
Hey,
he can shoot the three and blocking all that shit.
hey, Wilkes and Scrub. That motherfucker Sabonis. That motherfucker gonna try to dunk on your ass.
As he should.
Nah, he's nice, man. Nah, he's
I
nice.
love that motherfucking game. I was like, damn, if he went to New York, I was talking about New York and I was talking about Phoenix. That's the instant, nigga. If Sabonis come to New York, dog, that they wouldn't even be looking at motherfucking Julius Randle. They'd be looking at Sabonis because Sabonis be hyped. That
Listen,
motherfucker after he dunked.
at
Yo,
that point,
yo,
I think they just trade Julius Randle for just like you would have to throw some other players first, but
Ooh,
that would be
yo,
the
yo,
play.
go. Tell you the truth, man. Yo, you know I don't like, you know how I feel about Porzingis, but when Porzingis play with New York, man, I feel like Sabonis is better. Well, yeah, Sabonis is better than that. How Porzingis would with the Knicks. I mean, Sabonis
that's
would be way
facts.
better. So
That's facts.
Sabonis ain't weak, man. Sabonis ain't weak like that.
Exactly.
Man, Sabonis, you know, Wilson, he got a good point on that too. And Scrub, when you look at a guy like Sabonis, it's like, what this motherfucker gonna do next? Like that's the type of feel I get from Sabonis. Not like, oh shit, that nigga gonna fuck up again. Nah, that nigga Sabonis is he's efficient. He's skilled around the rim. He could step out and shoot. He could handle the rock. Man, Sabonis is versatile than a motherfucker, man.
Because of play and shit like that, man.
Yeah,
Pass it
Thibodeau would
other
love him.
post. Shit. Yeah, man. Because his
motherfucker.
dad, man. Because his dad gave him the cheat code, man. That's what the hell that is, man.
Yeah, his dad was better when he was. Man, you saw him past
Shit.
his prime when he came with the. I was like, who the fuck? Will you remember that in Scrubs? I was like, man, who the fuck is
Mhm.
this big motherfucker? But they showed
Yeah,
younger clips of this motherfucker.
yeah,
I was
Yep.
like,
roses,
damn,
yeah.
that motherfucker was nice when he was younger.
He was legit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But should have went to the NBA, man. I mean, when he was younger, man, that would be crazy.
Man, what you think about what's going on right now, though? Will, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, with the whole crisis and all that shit, man.
Man, I don't like that protocol shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, man. I just think it's probably bullshit, man. It's bullshit, man. They putting people on health protocols and all that crap, man. I think it's some type of like an agenda or some shit. That's not thing, man. It's straight.
Scrub. You think they should shut it down? Scrub and Will.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Um,
should.
yeah.
You don't
I
know?
mean, I tell you the truth, if it keeps going on like this a little like
Right, right,
another
right,
week or
right.
two, I'll say yeah. I'll say yeah. I'll believe
Shit, they gonna do what they did. Hey, Scrub and Wilts, I know you remember this. They did it down here in Texas too. Guess what them motherfuckers did? They copied off of y'all. From what I heard, they took the rims off the courts outside in New
Mm-hmm.
York.
Yep.
Hey, they did the same
it.
shit down here. Will motherfuckers are trying to go outside and hoop. Them rims was gone.
Yeah,
Them
that's
rims was gone. Like and they put on the court practice social distancing.
I hated that, man. I hated when a lot of runs was going. I'm like, damn, man, I'm trying to play basketball, man. I
I'm
don't
at
give a fuck.
home.
I don't give a fuck about. I do give a fuck though. But I'm like, damn, I can't play ball.
I ride home from work
I at
every
least
day.
play
I see
ball.
the park. I see no rims on the basket. I'm
Shit
like,
crazy,
God
man.
damn.
Shit crazy, man. Crazy.
We gonna go back to milk crates on the on the foul lines and shit.
No, I'm gonna take it way back, man. Damn, no crazy,
Yeah, hell yeah, shit, nigga. Hey man, we gonna be start. Hey, Scrub. We gonna use hampers and shit, Wilts, man. We gonna use
Whatever it
hampers.
takes.
Oh man, oh no, not that.
Cats ain't trying to stay locked up in the house all that time again.
Oh shit.
Yeah, shit, nigga. We gotta have some sort of rec. Nigga, hey, niggas gonna have to resort to
Oh,
wall ball, Wilts.
oh man. Yeah, I ain't like that too. You had to wear a mask while you playing basketball at first too. I'm like, man, why
Man,
this
a
shit
mess
corny?
while you playing basketball. You out your mind,
Yeah, that
man.
shit corny, man. You see a lot of people wearing masks and shit while they playing basketball. Like, nah, that can't be me, man. That can't be me.
And after like 2 possessions of like, nope, fuck this.
It's crazy because they try to bring this shit up again, man. Like, man, I ain't trying to see no another. I ain't trying to see another bubble and shit. I'm not trying to see that. I don't want to see no more Mickey Mouse bubbles, man. Because you know who they might give it to again, man. They
Oh, of
might give it.
course,
They might give it to the queen again, man.
of course, Princess James.
Um,
I'm so done with that. I'm so done with him. He's a waste of time. It's time for him to retire, but he won't.
yeah, you want to keep stacking the deck. This guy got Isaiah Thomas on the team. I'm like, man, why Isaiah Thomas is on the Lakers, man? Niggas trying to cheat, man.
Guys
Crazy.
coming back after one day.
I'm saying, why you got to come to the Lakers? That's what I'm
Because
thinking.
because LeBron needs help, like he always does. I'm like, I'm
That's what I'm thinking.
honestly, when has he ever won a championship where you could, where the whole through the whole postseason run, or even like you could say he was dominant every game. You could be like, damn, he left it all out there. He get like, I I, I could look at moments in games like, yo, bro, he came up short. That's not good. He, but they're gonna continue promoting him. Personally, to me, he's not that great. I don't. He's not in the GOAT conversation. I don't. I don't.
No, he definitely not. Man. Hell
I don't even. I wouldn't even call him a top 75 player
no.
personally.
Me too, man. I want to put him top five. I want to put him top 10, top 15, man. I don't even do that.
I wouldn't even put him in the top 100.
Shit, man.
All this craziness going on, but the Lakers still could get, man. You know what? Bleep. I'm not even so much bleep the Lakers. Just F LeBron. Tired of that guy.
Especially, especially Kyrie Irving. Like they doing Kyrie Irving really bad right now. Like you only can play away games, man. That's bullshit.
It's just away games, and now he's in the protocol too. It's like, come on, man.
The hate on Kyrie, man. It's Kyrie. It's stand up for his will. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that.
Because he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play with LeBron this whole time. He never wanted to be with LeBron, and apparently, oh, all right, you don't want to play with me. Well, this is what's going to happen now.
Everybody know that Kyrie saved his legacy. It's like reality. Kyrie hit that shot. They want to hate on him.
Of course, because Kyrie's his own man, and they hate that. Hate a guy who does his own thing, stands on his own 2 feet, his morals and whatnot.
See, Kyrie fucked up anyway. See, he should have had KD went to the Knicks, but that's what he fucked up at. They should have went to the Knicks.
Man, you're supposed to have all they had to do was just be like, "Yo, we'll take Kyrie," and we'd be good. We wouldn't be having these, but man.
I don't know, but I give you could have had KD. Like, I think about that shit, like, with that close. Because of fucking Dolan, man. Bitch ass
Dolan being Dolan.
Who want to kick out Charles Oakley and shit? Nigga, what kind of shit is, how you gonna kick out Charles Oakley, man?
That's a James Dolan kind of shit.
Shit crazy. How you gonna do that to that man, man? Who who fought for the Knicks, man? Sweat, blood, and tears, man. And then those playoffs, man, in the '90s, man. You gonna kick him out? Yeah, this.
Yeah. Always something with the league trying to screw guys over. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Good talking to you. Salute to you, Wilts, Polo, chat.
All right, man.
Everyone have a good day.
Might be on too, man. All right, man. How you feeling, man? All right.